fellow gamers, it's your boy Zero Wink, and I'm back with another Kickshot angle discussion. And today I'm going to talk about Destiny, and the reason I'm going to talk about Destiny is because Destiny recently had 3 reveals. They had the Trials of Osiris, Prison of Elders, and they had the Reef reveal for the House of Wolves expansion. They're going to add new story missions, new PvP, new PvE, new maps, new weapons. Every vendor is going to have new equipment. Every item now can be upgraded to 365 as long as it's legendary and exotic. So all your legendary and exotic weapons can now be upgraded to 365. So you no longer have to throw away weapons for the stronger counterparts. That is fantastic news, because everybody was like, well, why am I grinding if it basically makes all my equipment useless when the expansion comes out? So they added a lot, and I'm going to cover a lot of the big things, and I think you're going to see some people return to Destiny, and I think you're going to see some players enjoying Destiny after this expansion takes place. Now, first of all, they showed the reveal of the Reef. Now, the Reef looks beautiful. It's your new hub city. The DLC was apparently created from scratch, so it wasn't on-disc DLC. This makes sense considering it looks nothing like what was leaked way back last year in, I forgot what month. And it looks like we're getting a whole lot more than just what the leak said we were getting. So, like I said, new storyline missions. You're going to learn more about the Fallen, because Varix is one of the few remaining from the House of Judgment. He's going to give you Fallen class items and weapons. You've got Brother Vance in the Reef. He's an emissary of the Trials of Osiris, which I'll get into a little bit later. It's basically the new competitive multiplayer special event every weekend. You've got the brand new hub city. You've got material exchange. Now, everybody's been asking for this. If you don't know what material exchange is, a material exchange in MMOs is basically like taking your old materials and your useless crap, being able to switch it with unuseless crap, which is really, really great because everyone was waiting for material exchange, and your speaker will take care of that. There's new armor and weapons for each and every faction. So every faction has new armors and weapons. There's new perks for each of your weapons. There's new Crucible armor and weapons. And I think this is real cool that they put this in. You can upgrade without owning the DLC. So basically, anyone who is playing Destiny will be able to upgrade to 365 their legendaries and exotic equipment without owning the DLC. So you don't even have to buy this upcoming DLC if you don't want to, which I think is fantastic, but it also makes all your equipment no longer useless. You're no longer tossing your equipment aside. Now you can mix and match whatever you want to get your character looking however you want him to look, or her, however you want her to look, which I think is fantastic. They also have introduced reforging. Now, if you don't know what that is, in MMOs, reforging is basically adding your own upgrades to the weapon. So basically, you can reforge upgrades on your weapon by going to the gunsmith. It's randomized though, so you're not going to be able to pick which upgrades you want. I think this is a really cool deal, because now if you're not happy with the upgrades that are on your weapon, you can go see if you can get more. There's still no trading because they don't want you to trade all your best equipment to someone who just started, and I think that's fair. You have the Trials of Osiris, which was revealed next. It's a 3 vs 3 PvP mode competitive elimination match. It's 5 rounds. You have to eliminate the entire team to win the round, and after a team gets 5 points, you win the match. So you increase in tiers for every win. At 5 to 7 wins, there's the special gear you can attain. You must revive your team. There's no respawns, so it's kind of like a Nightfall strike. No respawns. Your team has to respawn you. They also fixed who gets the best equipment, so now the best performing person in multiplayer gets the best equipment, which I think is great. Everybody's been asking for that. Equipment will also randomly drop in the elimination match. So as you're going about it, you can actually pick up equipment within the match as well. There's no matchmaking. No matchmaking at all. So basically, you're going to have to bring your own team, which I think is great because that just adds a competitive feel to the multiplayer. And matchmaking is based off connection. So when they match 2 teams together, whoever gives you the best connection is who you get matched with. So it's no longer tons of lag because they fixed the netcode to where now it connects you with whoever will have the best connection with you to try to reduce some of the lag and some of the problems that multiplayer has had. If you lose 3 matches, then you're done. Now, you can go start a new passage if you want. Go back to Brother Vance, and he'll give you a new passage to start. But if you lose 3 matches, you're done with that path, and you got to go get a new one. You have a sudden death overtime, which creates 1 point, and whichever team captures it will automatically win. It's going to be every Friday till Tuesday. It will always place you with other teams, so you're not going to be playing the same teams over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. So, again, some great stuff added in the House of Wolves. Now, lastly, they showed us the Prison of Elders. Personally, to me, it looks kind of like a zombies for Destiny. There's matchmaking on the base activity. There's no matchmaking on the challenge modes, which are the harder modes. You got to bring your own team, but it's only 3 people this time. It's not the 6. You have 6 matches on top of the base match, so 7 matches altogether that rotate in and out every week, which I think is awesome. That means you get 7 new matches added on to your PvE story missions, added on to a new PvP competitive multiplayer. This is looking really amazing. There's no limitations on base activity. You can play it as many times as you want. Level 35 challenge level is the highest level you will get. The level cap is level 34, I believe, for players. It also includes buffs and debuffs. You have waves of enemies, so basically it's going to be a horde mode instead of a raid mode this time, and I think that's cool because it adds a little bit of difference to it, and it will have its own narrative, so you'll have a guy guiding you through it. You will have different objectives within the challenge levels. You also have gifted weapons that you get as you complete waves and waves of enemies. You get negative and positive buffs. There's no progress saving and no checkpoints, so it has to be done in one sitting. Yeah, that's about it, guys. People who hate it, people who love it. Both people have reasons they like it and reasons they hate it. And I think this game, for me personally, is a great game. I've enjoyed it. I did get both expansions. I did get the limited edition and everything else like that, and I've been having fun with it. It's kind of one of those games you can jump in and jump out of in the middle of playing all your other games, and I love it. I absolutely love it. This expansion is going to add a whole lot more to the game. For those of you who don't know what's in the game right now, let me go over some stats. You have 28 missions as of right now in Destiny. You have 4 planets. You have 2 raid missions. You have 5 multiplayer modes. You have 1 hub city. You have 100 to 150 plus items, armor, and weapons. You have patrol missions. There are 1 for each planet with 4 mini missions inside the patrol missions. You have 3 character classes, 8 multiplayer maps, and like I said before, we are getting more multiplayer maps. So whether you like it or hate it, there's a lot of content in Destiny right now. Now, if you can go get it for 30 bucks and then get the expansion for 15, or get both expansions for 15, then you're basically spending $60 for the entire experience, both expansions, and you will have at least 35 missions. You'll have 6 multiplayer modes. You'll have 10 to 12 maps. There's a lot of stuff you're going to get for the $60 that you do spend on it if you decide to go get it. If you've decided that this game's not worth your time, that's fine too. This is a gaming channel, so before everybody goes, oh man, why is he talking about that crappy game? I'm here to update everybody. I'm here to update every platform. I believe Destiny is starting to look like the Destiny that was promised. You have a lot of things to do. You have 2 raid missions. You have this new horde mode. You have 6 PvP. You have rare items and armor and equipment. You can now upgrade all your equipment so none of your equipment becomes useless. Bungie really outdid themselves. This has been Zero. Keep gaming, gamers. And I will see all of you guys and gals next time.